This is going to be a really fast flip through of the Franklin Japan A5 daily planner. I'm not exactly sure what they call this in Japanese, but this is very similar to the A5 Hobonichi. They also sell it in a B6 size, so here's kind of the comparison for size, which is larger than the A6 Hobonichi, so hopefully you can kind of see that there. I'm not going to go through this one because it's literally an identical shrunk down version of its big sister here. The difference is the printing on this is black with blue highlighted text, and this is black with maroon. So anywhere you see maroon in here, it's blue in this version. So when you open them up, comes in the usual plastic wrap, just like the Hobonichi does. Comes with this little slip thing. These are Franklin Covey compass cards. If you're familiar with the Franklin Covey planning system, this is what these are. That's what these are used for. The bound planners like this, you can get a leather cover for them, and it has a little slot in it for you to stick a little plastic holder for these compass cards. And they're pretty simple. There's some Japanese on there. You can see, see the. But I'm assuming this is sharpen the saw. There's a little saw, and then a space for all your rolls and goals. And then on the back, I should have showed you that too, is just plain lined stuff for tasks, I'm assuming. So here's the book itself. And it comes with 2 bookmarks, one in white for the monthly and one in maroon for the daily. These nice gray end papers. Some English and some Japanese characters for putting in your personal information. A rundown on the planning guide section that's about 40 pages in the front. So that constitutes, let's see, this much paper it looks. There we go. This much is a planning guide. So some of that is, a lot of that's in Japanese in the front, the description of the planning system for Franklin Covey, the stacking of your goals, areas for you to think about planning for yourself. So this stuff is very heavily in Japanese, so if you're not familiar with Franklin Covey, you're probably going to be a little confused in that section. But starting at about, where does it start? This is where you kind of envision your future, and there's the story of the big rocks. So people who are familiar with Franklin Covey will know that. And here's an example of how to use that compass card. And example of how to use the page. The 4 quadrants, again, something people with Franklin Covey. And there's actually a Q2 activities section on each daily page, and I'll show you those when I get to there. Here's a little area about showing you how to mark your tasks with the moving it forward and Xing it out and things. Missions, values, and goals. This section from page 41 onward is, there's less Japanese characters, so you can really use these whether you speak English or Japanese. Mission statement is marked out. There are 2 pages for that, 2 pages for your values, 3. Goal planning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goal planning pages with minimal just column headers and things. The rest is lines. And then for forms, there's a variety of forms in here. There's an expense tracker set that breaks things out by the month. So here's 2016 and then 3. So I think that's the character for year and the character for month. And then there's column headers that you can use however you want. And there's one for all 12 months of 2016. Monthly budget worksheets, which also have monthly columns, so January, February, March, etc. So that goes through December there. Yearly income and expense tracking, again, all 12 months. So these could be used for a variety of things. If you didn't even want to use it for expense tracking, you could use it to track other things. There's a chart here for annual summary of expenses. Again, 12-month breakout going down here. Meeting planner. This is a form that I know that is sold for the binders, and they have similar forms in here. 2, 4, 6. Couple pages of contacts. 2, 4, 4. Some client file forms. There's 2, 4 of those. Information record. 4 of those. Project planning pages with the left page for mapping details out and then like a grid page for drawing stuff out. You get 1, 2, 3 of those. And then you get right into the monthly calendars, and it goes from September of 2015 through December of 2016. So it's 16 months in the monthly. And here's an overview of a month. So September, the index headers, if you're familiar with the Franklin Covey, and then 3 months worth of reference planners. And these are a Sunday through a Saturday, which is interesting. Europe tends to use the Monday through Sunday. So again, month view, Sunday through a Saturday. Japanese holidays are marked in red in terms of, they're circled in red, and then there's additional kanji characters in, I'm assuming, marking what holiday it is. There are very subtle, very light, you almost barely see them, Japanese characters to the right of the day of the week or month. The months are all marked over on the right here, so you can flip through, similar to the Hobonichi. And on the back, just like a tabbed monthly for the Franklin Covey dividers, personal tasks, business tasks, and monthly goals and business goals. The sum of the U.S. Franklin Covey months have this section on the back, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them just have these columns going all the way down. And that continues for all the way through, let's see, December of 2016 is the last month to have a 4-page month, the index, the 2-page monthly, and then the master task list. Then you get reference calendars for 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you start, just like the binder inserts, you get a year's worth of planning calendars that don't have the index and the master task list, but you can map out future dates. And I believe this is all of 2017. Yes, all of 2017. Then you get 2018, 19, 20, 21, yes, 20 through 21 of monthly boxes for you to note future planning. And then you get a Japanese overview of the Franklin Covey compass. And then you get into the daily pages. And so this is the daily page layout. It starts up at the top here with tabs to go for the months, so you can kind of see there. So let's look at something in March here. We have on the left here, English, 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 tiny little Japanese character, a quote of some sort in Japanese, a this month's reference calendar, next month's reference calendar, again, more Japanese characters, the day of the week, and the month and the date and the year all in English. Headings for all the columns, prioritize daily task list, the Q2 activities, the appointment schedule, and the daily notes section, which is dot grid. I don't know if the camera can quite pick that up. That's all in English. There's no Japanese down here or down here. It's all up in this section up here. And then at the bottom is the usual credit information. And for some reason, the Japanese put the telephone number of the company at the bottom of everything. It's very strange. The time slots go from 7 a.m. to 2100, similar to the Hobonichi using military time, or 24-hour block time. And then that's it in a nutshell. It just continues the whole year. Holidays are marked in, Sundays are marked in red, and holidays are marked in red, I believe. Maybe not, maybe just Sundays. But that's it in a nutshell. And then the B6 is the same, it's just smaller. Oh, and there's some blank paper at the back here. This is very similar to the Hobonichi. It uses Tomoe River paper, but it's the cream Tomoe River, not the brighter white version that the Hobonichi uses. And I think that's it. So that took a little longer than I thought it would, but I thought it would be helpful. You can buy this in the no cover version, which is what this is. It's literally like a raw book. And then you can buy covers for it. If you're an existing Hobonichi user, I would probably put some pretty tape on the spine if you don't want to see the spine binding. But you can see it's very well made. It lays flat no matter where you are in the book. It's just like the Hobonichi in that way. Whatever excellent method of bookbinding the Japanese have figured out, they continue to use it. And then this is the gluing in of the bookmark. So there you have it. The Franklin Planner no cover Tomoe River paper organizer in A5 and B6, which is slightly larger than the A6. And A6 is about half of an A5, so it's, we'll say, that much bigger. Take care.